Welcome everybody to Let's Talk About It. A podcast is a platform for real talk, real people, real topics, real conversations. Today is part 7 of my journey. I had to come back. I had to come back home and do this one. I'm down here at the Jersey Shore, Seattle City. Chilling out, relaxing. I thought this was a great spot to tell part 7. Part 7 is my time right when I left. While I live in Jersey, leaving Jersey for Colorado. But it was steps up to that. You know, I thought this would be like the best place to do it at. Coming back home, being back here in Jersey. Nice beautiful day on the beach. Just chilling out, doing everything I gotta do. So this is how it's gonna be. Last I left off, I was in my dating phase, and I didn't do anything, right by it. I try to be that good guy, and it just didn't work out for me. You know, after many years of cheating and stuff like that, you try to do your thing and just chill out and be a good guy, and it just didn't work out for me. So so then again, at this time, I'm probably like around 44, 45 years old, dating, going through the whole atmosphere, doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. So I decided, like, okay, excuse me, no, it's time for me, right, to settle down, get serious, be more focused on my career, take my kids out more, be more of a dad. I was always a father for years, but it took me, I guess, like after my divorce and a little bit of time growing up, right, to be a dad. So, Sherelle's doing her own little thing in Philly. At this time, she just got out of juvie because she was in juvie, like in my earlier years. She got herself in trouble when she came back to Philly, came back to juvie. So, so we started rekindling our relationship again, off and on when she wasn't getting in trouble. So at this time, I'm still working at U.S. Foods Swedesboro, and going through my little motions. So I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to find someone good, someone great. You know what I mean? So I started a date. Started a date. Again, more serious dating now. Met a couple of people on the way. Not gonna get too much into them. From God, well, from Denise to Christine to God, numerous others, and then I started hitting the rut. I started meeting women who were still was with the whole bad boy syndrome. Okay, they were so used to it, but they say, right, they want a good dude. So when I try to be a good dude, I'm giving them everything they say they wanted. Romantic, being there, communicative, all type of shit. So I'm talking to these certain individuals. I'm not gonna go into too much detail. There was a couple of them. Maybe my first one was girl named Calf. Really liked her a lot. She said she wanted something good, something real, but she just kept on it was like I was just there for the time until she got back to the other dude she was with. I was meeting other girls like Christine. God, I forgot a couple other girls too. I can't really remember their names, but they was always the ones who said they wanted this good guy. So I'm finally being a good guy, and then they're like, okay, we're dating. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing, taking them out, being respectful, doing everything they want. And when they get it, they couldn't handle it. So they all ran away. Or I just got tired of it and I fucking ran away. I just couldn't really deal with it. I mean, for years, right, you hear on websites now, right there, I want a good man. I want this, I want that. But, you know, like basically in today's dating world, it's kind of hard to be a good man. Because it comes with bad boy tendencies. because they're so used to dickheads in their life. So when they finally get the guy that they've been preaching about all these years, they can't handle it. So that's the type of shit that I went through. So at the same time, I'm dating and stuff like this and that. I'm spending more time with the kids. Like me and two youngest ones, Brandon and Jewel. Like we went to California together, numerous of times, and Florida together. But the California trip was probably one of my best trips. Like 8 days, constant fun, Disneyland. God, Yankees, not Yankees games, Dodgers games, Angels games, Hollywood Studios. Had a great time as a family. You know what I mean? Right, I would take them down to Florida a lot. But at the same time, I'm still trying to find that person. So I meet this person, which will remain nameless. I thought she was the one. Again, great. Like, both our sons, but her nephew, my son played baseball together. And so we had that connection. So we started dating and stuff like that, doing all type of stuff. But then she got to be very, very controlling. I'm not down with that whole control shit. That's not my flow. I don't want to be controlled. I don't want to go through shit. I don't want to go through none of that crap. So I had to get rid of that one. So trust me, this whole dating thing, I'm just gonna roll right through it. Trust me. uh, you know, I went through the whole process of trying to figure out who I was, trying to date, trying to find someone good, and I just couldn't find it. Just kept on meeting like the same woman over and over again. Right? Right? They was with a bad dude, then they meet me, so they cool, and then they go right back to the bad dude again. Or was a point in time in my life where I was like a stopgap guy. 'Cause that's how I considered myself for many, many years. I was good enough for the time, but they wanted like the bigger guy, the taller guy, the stronger guy. You know what I mean? And I would look at their past boyfriends and the guys they with now, whatever, nothing. They're similar, but I'm totally different. So it was like I was like that stopgap. And I went through that shit for fucking many, many years. Dating numerous of people, trying to find my hitch. So then, I thought I found it with, excuse me, with someone I did not think I was going to date because of her job. She was in law enforcement. I was not a law enforcement guy after all the shit I went through in my younger years. Didn't want to go through all that. Did everything I can to stay away from it. But we was connecting, we was vibing. So I mean, I'm not gonna say a full name because I don't know if it's gonna get in trouble with because she's a law enforcement. We'll call her M. But M, you know who you are if you watch her. And we met. Everything was cool. We had a great time. But I was still worried, right, because she was with guys that didn't treat her right, and she gave 100% to them, but I didn't get it. But I was giving her everything that she wanted. And I was worried about that she was going to turn out to be like the other females out there. You know what I mean? Like, they said they want a romantic guy, a respectful guy. They want all these people. And you try your best to give it to them, and they totally switch. So I gave her like the benefit of doubt. I did everything I can do. So we started dating. Great time, like right now we was going to basketball games together, traveling together, going to movies all the time, going to Atlantic City. We had a great time, good relationship. Hanging out with her friends, hanging out with people who I thought was my friends back in the day, and and I was happy, and everybody was getting along. She was getting along with my people, I was getting along with her people, and they kept on asking us like, "Yo, like man, right when y'all guys go, tie the knot, be serious." Now this is still early in the process, but it was so much pressure from everybody because at the time, people on her side, and my side were getting engaged to be married, and we was together all the time. We were seeing each other all the time. We were seeing each other every day. We was doing everything we can do, and so I think like 6 months into it, I decided to do something which I did not think I was going to do. I talked to a couple of people, they's like, yeah, man, like if you ready to go get married, I mean, if you're very serious about it, I'm like, yeah, I was serious about it. I wanted something good, something nice. So I was like, all right, you know what? Let's just get engaged. We'll see how far it goes. You know, if we're gonna match, we're gonna match. So then, you know, we went down the whole avenue of dating and dating. I was getting kind of nervous. So I asked her to marry me. I asked her to marry me in front of her daughter and my youngest daughter. And she was kind of like an awkward yes. She didn't know what to say. At that point in time, now thinking about it, I think she wasn't expecting it. She kind of was expecting it, but kind of wasn't expecting it. So she didn't know. She was kind of awkward about saying yes. That should have been like a red flag right there. But so we got engaged. Everybody was excited for us, stuff like that. We went to go, look for the venues and plan a vacation and stuff like that. And then, you know, we just started hitting the rock bottom. And I got her on the job, and then she started getting very distant all of a sudden. I don't know why. Got her on a job, had to have surgery in the near future, but she just started getting very, very distant. And there was a trip planned with the kids to go to California, and she was like, "Okay, well, I think we need to take a break." This shit just came out of nowhere. Now, it's the woman that I said I was gonna get married to, but I think at the time, now thinking about it now, we just, I don't think we even wanted to get married to each other. I don't think I was ready. She wasn't ready. I think we just both fell under pressure of all our friends that was getting engaged, and we fall under pressure. I mean, like, listen, look, guess what? A lot of us do that shit. We all fall under pressure of like doing what our friends do. So I think that's what happened on that note. So we took a break, and me and my kids, right, we went out to California and had a great time, right? We came back from California, and I think we all met up for dinner. It was more awkward. She wasn't there, wasn't all there. I was like, okay, if you're not gonna be there, I'm not all there. We're both not all there. I'm not gonna put the blame on either one of us. We just wasn't there. It just wasn't gonna happen. I don't think the feelings was as strong as we both thought. I think it was just peer pressure or whatever on whatever side, you know what I mean? Like, she didn't want to be alone, I didn't want to be alone, and that's the reason why we got engaged. She could probably have her own story about it, but that's the way I see it. So after we go through all that, this is the time where my son, he transferred from Campbell, and he had to go to Central Arizona. And it's like, oh shit, like, you know what I mean? But he needed a car. So him and I, right, we jumped in his car to drive from, I picked him up in Maryland because he was with his people doing some shit down in Maryland, all the way across fucking other side of the state, all the way across the country. And that's a long ass ride, driving through Virginia, West Virginia, dirty ass Arkansas, and that long ass fucking ride through Texas. And people know if you ride through Texas, that's a motherfucker. That's like 12 hours right there. But it was a good father-son bonding moment, and that's what we did, right? We bonded. We did everything we can do. Like, we traveled, we did this, we did that. We did everything. And then, right, we finally got to Arizona, which was the first time ever I've been to Arizona. Because I remember, like, excuse me, like years prior, right, I always wanted to live in Arizona. And I said, okay, I was saying to my kids when I was younger, like, listen, man, when you guys grow up, you guys are out of here. Like, when you grow up, I'm going to Arizona. So I finally saw it for the first time, and damn, we went out there in August. It was fucking hot. Hot as hell. It was just dry hot. It wasn't no humidity, nothing like that. It was just dry heat. But I loved it. He loved it. He was out there, right? So I moved him inside his apartment. So, he had two roommates in Casa Grande in Arizona. So I was like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm single now. I'm just gonna move on. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try me dating app, right? Know when I get home. I said I'm gonna try a dating app. So I downloaded it, right? Now I wasn't thinking. Now I downloaded it to get back to Jersey, right? But at the time when I downloaded it, it just automatically kicked in. So it just popped up all these people in fucking Arizona. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Like, dude, I can't date nobody in Arizona. Like, I guess, or whatever. So, like, I was scrolling through a couple of them. I was like, what I mean? I'm not really going to entertain this. Until, like, the next to the last one, I came up with a female. I was like, wow. Like, I mean, man, she kind of hot. Man, she's cute. I like her. She's pretty. Like, I read a profile. I liked it. So, on the dating apps, you swipe right, right? So I swipe right. I ain't think nothing of it. And then I think like an hour later, right, we matched up, right? We matched up, and then, right, so we started conversating on, I think it was Tinder. Yeah, I think it was Tinder we met on. So we started conversating on Tinder and stuff like that, and we was having great conversation. Like, she was asking what I was doing and stuff like that. And I said I was getting my son's stuff together for school. So we exchanged numbers. So we felt comfortable by it. We exchanged numbers. We was texting each other back and forth, back and forth. And, we was talking all week on the phone and texting. It was kind of cool. Right, so she asked me, like, because she asked me when I was leaving. I was like, well, I'm leaving in a couple of days. She's like, no, you want to get a drink before you go? I'm like, yeah, sure, let's get a drink before I go. So we met up in Scottsdale. I got me like a free Groupon thing, hotel thing. It was real cheap, real expensive place. I wish I was kind of shocked I even got it. Got it for like $35 on Groupon because it was throughout the weekday. So I got there, right? We met up, right? She said, like, look, you in Scottsdale, it's all bougie there, so I'm just gonna come comfortable. I said, no problem. So, we met up. She walked up the pathway, and I saw her, and I was like, man, right? She looked better than her pictures. I was like, wow, this is some shit. So anyway, like, after a long night and like conversating, probably like the best conversation I ever had. I mean, right? I still live in Jersey. She lived in Arizona. So, right? So, like, she started coming to Jersey to come see me. I started coming to Arizona to come see her, and plus seeing my son at the same time. We was dating. Then we just got real serious, and we kept on dating back and forth. And then she got another job in San Antonio, and man, right, and we kept on traveling back and forth with each other, talking on the phone every day. She was the only woman I knew that would get up, that go to bed early, get up hours so she can talk to me on the phone while I'm working. Never experienced that with any other woman in my life. And I don't know if you guys can guess this or not. This actually turned out to be my second ex-wife, right? So, excuse me. So after like months and months of dating back and forth, we having a great time. Can't wait to see each other. We just having fun back and forth, right? So she came to Philly one time, and right, we was at the art museum steps and stuff like that, and we was kissing on the steps, and I was like, damn, this woman is very special. So then, like, we was sitting in my apartment one day, and we was just talking, and we was like, we was talking about just living together. And I was like, nah, fuck it, let's just get married. You know what I mean? And she's like, oh shit, okay. So we planned it out, and real quick. And let me add this. Like, she knew I still had jewel hair when she was still younger. And my ex-wife Linda, she's like, listen, I'm just gonna come there and get a job there. So think about that. She was willing to give up her career job for over 20 years. 20 years. To come live with me in Jersey because she knew I still had my daughter, was still young enough here in Jersey. And I was so all about it. And I mean, but at that time, I don't think I was really awed because I was like, damn, man, like, it's like, wow, this is crazy. But now think about it now, like, think about that. Somebody just giving up their whole fucking life, their career. It was 20 years to go be with a man they just met like maybe 9 months ago. That's actually fell in love. So what we did was, right, so she still worked in San Antonio trying to get everything together. And we said, okay, we will get married. Nobody was there. We got married in Jersey. We had two witnesses, Jimmy and Lisa. And we got married on a beautiful day in May, right in the park, in a gazebo by a lake. And we said we'll tell the kids later. We're grown. We can do whatever we want. So we got married. I guess our honeymoon was the cruise. We went on a European cruise for a honeymoon, which is fantastic. I mean, flying to Barcelona, spending a whole day there in Barcelona, then going to Italy, Capri and Sorrento and Rome. Which, by the way, I spent my 48th birthday in Rome. You can't beat that shit, right? And we spent her birthday in Palma, Mallorca, in Spain. So we went through the whole idea. She moved to Jersey, and like, man, right, we was there. I had to hold her down until she found a job. Only thing I felt bad is, she couldn't find like the best job. She made more money in Texas with her other company. So, but when she found a decent enough job, we was power couple, put money away, a certain routine, come home. She got up every morning, right, to pack my lunch for me, make dinner every night, and worked. It's fantastic. And right, and we traveled all the way. We went away for the weekends. We drove across country throughout whole time. I know we have our arguments here and there. But we did everything. We traveled, went across the country everywhere. From Arizona back, all over this place. We just traveled. We did everything as a couple, right? I posted up on Facebook and this and that. Everybody's like, damn, y'all gonna be together forever. But behind the scenes, like, there was a couple things behind the scenes that we wasn't agreeing with, because when you get into a relationship with somebody, you see all the good stuff and this and that, right? And right, you see all the good stuff and all stuff like that. And right, right, like, you see all the good stuff, and then you can like be loving it, having sex every day, everything great. But we never had that deep conversation about what do we want and what should we have been. Now, we should have had that deep conversation about what we want in the future, which we could not decide on, agree for the future. So when you get married and when you have a relationship, you gotta have those deep conversations. You can't get caught up on love and not just love. It's like the conversations of I miss you, I can't wait to be with you. You gotta, if you're gonna spend time with each other, you gotta have that deep conversation. She wasn't very good at having deep conversations. You know what I mean? And guess what? Maybe I wasn't that good either. But after a while, we just like, it just wasn't working. We just fighting every day, and then we was trying to figure it out. And at the same time, right, we had like kids, come live with us. My daughter come live with us for a little bit. Her son come live with us for a little bit. And I think, that was a distraction too. We're trying to have a life, but we're taking care of them and trying to deal with their problems at the same time. And and that was the issue right there. Right now we finally talked about it, but you gotta be on the same page. We would talk about our kids' problems, but we would never talk about ours. So the relationship started going downhill and stuff like that. I'm not gonna get too much more into it right there. Like, we tried to work it out. It just didn't work out. We was gonna move away together, but it just didn't. We couldn't do that either. We needed separation. I needed time away. I needed to go on my own. and with all the drama hanging around with my kids at home, and all the personal issues, being in Jersey and fake friends and not being happy here, I had to go. I just had to go. So I ran. I did. I ran. I transferred out of Jersey, went to Colorado. Had to, you know, get through that shit. You know what I mean? But this is one thing I learned about the whole deal being here in Jersey for my last 5 years. I had to, learn that I had to be me, and I still wasn't me. I was trying to be something more of what these females needed, for other people wanted me to be. Uh, I finally became honest. I finally became me, and now I have to just try and figure it out. So I thought the best thing at the time was get divorced, get separated, and just try and find me, and then run. Start a whole new life in Colorado. And, I'm thinking, okay, but it's the same job because I hated my job at the time. I still do. But I thought by going to Colorado, I can find, a new love, a new happiness. No, just didn't work out either. You know, um, I mean, I'm gonna end it on that one because the Colorado one was something that's gonna be my last part. It's gonna be a little bit longer last part. I just want to make this one shorter. Guys, I just wanted to come back home and end this journey here for leaving Jersey. And I realized after all these years, I've ran from my responsibilities. I ran from everything. And after all these years, I realized that I had to just do better. I had a good marriage, I thought. We was now on the same page because we didn't have those tough conversations. And that takes from anybody. Have those tough conversations. Have those deep, intimate conversations because you're going to have to. Because it's just, you need them. Because if you don't have those deep conversations, you are not going to get past your relationship. So after, leaving Jersey, and I had no regrets about leaving. None. Because I was done with it. I was done with Jersey. Even though I come back here to visit and I'm here on the beach, I'm chilling out right now. I have zero regrets about leaving Jersey. And I was born and raised in Philly. I miss my city, but I have no regrets about leaving Philly either. I love it all. So, as I chill out and as I chill out and tell you this stuff, I'm so happy to be back and do this recording on the beach. It's my first time being in Seattle City. Everybody's out here chilling out, relaxing, and I'm sitting here chilling out, relaxing. So I'm going to end it here. And my final 8, my part 8, is me in Colorado. All the way up until the craziness of Colorado, which changed me. It taught me calmness. It taught me all type of shit. To where that's gonna be the part where I'm going to share how I felt right. Right when I lost my daughter. I was in Colorado up until to this point right here. Starting the podcast, doing everything. That final 8, my part 8 is gonna be very, very deep and very, very good. So everybody have a good week. I'll see you next time for part 8. Deuces from Jersey, from Seattle City. Peace. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching the show. Please subscribe, click on the bio, support the show. Thank you so much again. We'll see you next week for another amazing episode on Let's Talk About It.